Bible Forum. I'm Warren Sprouse. We're here every Sunday night from 8 to 10 p.m. live, just for you. Go to my website, thebibleforum.net. You'll see a link, and you can watch the program and enter into the chat room. What is power? That's what I want to talk to you about tonight. An astute observer once said, quote, "We know that no one ever seizes power with the intention of relinquishing it. Power is not a means, it is an end. One does not establish a dictatorship in order to safeguard a revolution. One makes the revolution in order to establish the dictatorship. The object of persecution is, persecution. The object of torture is torture. The object of power is power." Are you starting to get the picture? That observer was George Orwell in his book entitled 1984, which he wrote about 20 years earlier. In Washington, we have Schumer's slip of the tongue about changing the world, then putting on his mask to push the mask's work narrative and declaring he will change the country when they win the 2 Georgia Senate seats, all of it which reveals the global nature of this ongoing coup attempt by the global elites and the deep state. I was highly suspicious of the engineered hysteria for this China flu back in March when I wrote P for pandemic and stand by my conclusions reached 9 months ago. Alan Moore. In part 1 of P for pandemic, Moore discussed how our country has devolved from Huxley's Brave New World of distraction and irrelevancy into Orwell's world of Big Brother, surveillance, and Solzhenitsyn's Gulag Archipelago. Now he wants to make the case for joining the fight against the Great Reset. As more than half of the country sleepwalks into the clutches of Marxism and tyranny, they fail to heed the wisdom of those who experience that cruelty, that oppression, that degradation after a similar revolution in the last century. A revolution never brings prosperity to a nation, he says, but benefits only a few shameless opportunists, while the country as a whole heralds its countless deaths, widespread impoverishment, and in the gravest cases, a long-lasting degeneration of the people. Alexander Solzhenitsyn. The national chains will collect their government largesse, produce PR campaigns to pat themselves on the back, and abscond with the profits of the now deceased small businesses. The corporate fascists will become ever more powerful. So why are we allowing this to happen? The Applebee's, the Walmarts, the Amazon commercials tout their bravery and fortitude during these troubled times. These mega corporations with powerful lobbying departments and unlimited financial resources have reaped tremendous profits and have seen their stock prices soar to all-time highs, while hundreds of thousands of small restaurants and retailers have closed for good. The millions of formerly middle class and poor are lining up at food banks because authoritarian governors like Newsom and Cuomo and Whitmer and Murphy and Wolf have shut down small businesses without any science to back up their dictatorial actions, at the same time allowing Walmart, Costco, Lowe's, and other favored companies to remain open. Political donations appreciated. The purposeful destruction of the U.S. and the EU economies through unnecessary, unwarranted, and unconstitutional lockdowns of citizens and small businesses, mandatory masking for a virus that can easily penetrate a mask, with a survival rate of 99.5% for those under 70 years of age. Using the virus to steal a presidential election through mail-in ballot fraud, social media manipulation, and Dominion software vote switching. And now a rollout of a vaccine in 9 months that is supposedly 95% effective, when the regular flu vaccine is only 40% effective after decades of study, and no one has a clue regarding any long-term consequences of that vaccine. All of this appears to be part of the plan. The warning on one package of masks read, "This is an ear loop mask. This product is not a respirator. It will not provide any protection against COVID-19 nor any other disease or infection." End of quote. It goes on to list the material and the purpose of the mask. USA Today printed a story in June about COVID-19 masks. The claim, non-respiratory ear loop masks do not protect people against coronavirus, and it is explicitly stated on the packaging of masks. The CDC, on their website in 2009, we concluded that household use of face masks is associated with low adherence and is ineffective for controlling seasonal respiratory disease. However, during a severe pandemic, when use of the face mask might be greater, pandemic transmission in households could be reduced. The CDC website, October 2020, as mask wearing has become a common method to stop the spread of COVID-19, posts circulating online claim disposable ear loop masks do not provide any protection against the virus, and no one in the home is wearing a mask to sleep in, decreasing their effectiveness. USA Today, June 27, 2020. Clinical trial data on the ability of face masks to reduce respiratory virus transmissions in the community are limited to one published prospective trial. And that trial shows a lack of efficacy. A May 21 Facebook post shows a picture of a box of the disposable masks where the warning label cautions, "This product is an ear loop mask. This product is not a respirator. It will not provide any protection against COVID-19 or other viruses or contaminants." Do you feel more comfortable now?